Good morning, everybody. This is Liz Schote, registered dietitian and director of clinical nutrition here at Jackson Purchase Medical Center, doing another Learning with Liz lesson with you guys today. So I was trying again to think about what kind of topic could I talk about, and I may have done this in a prior one, but I was talking to another person here at work the other day, and we got to talking about sugar substitutes. So I thought, well, I'm just going to kind of refresh my memory and everybody else's memory about sugar substitutes and what they are and how safe that they are, because that's always a person's question to me is, are sugar substitutes, they're not safe for you to use, are they? I'm like, well, yes, they are very safe for you to use. So I just want to kind of give you just a little education on the different kinds. There's many different kinds out there, but I'm going to mainly just focus on 4 different ones and tell you just a little bit about them. So many of us, like I said, use sugar substitutes in our coffee, our tea. We may use them with baking, especially if somebody has diabetes. We may put them on our cereal, just many different things. And everybody has a different taste. And so somebody, Miss Smith over here, may not like the ones that Mr. Smith likes. So everybody's taste buds are different. So I'm going to kind of talk about the 3 obvious ones that we all know about. So we got our pinkies, okay, and that's Saccharine. We got our yellow, which that is Splenda or Sucralose. And then we have the blue one, and the blue one is equal or aspartame in it, okay? So how much should we have of these things? So the FDA, they have, it's called the acceptable daily intake of sugar substitutes. So I'm going to kind of read this to you so I get it all correct. So they have given us regulations of how much that we can take in of these products safely, and it's just kind of astronomical, because I don't know anybody who eats this much of these things, or uses these things. So Sucralose, or yellow, like I said, this one is actually made from sugar. Brand name is Splenda. There's also some other brands that use it, but Sucralose, 23 packets in a day for one person is the top end of the acceptable daily intake for that. So I don't know who could use 23 packets of these in a day, but that's a whole heck of a lot. Our pinkies are Saccharine. Sweet and Low is one brand name. There's other brand names, but 45 packets. You can use up to 45 packets in a day, and it's still considered to be a safe amount. So I know there were studies done many years ago that said, oh, if you use Saccharine, it could cause cancer in mice, but they were giving them astronomical amounts of Saccharine for that to happen. So again, I don't know anybody who's going to use 45 packets of these in one day. That's a whole heck of a lot. Our equal or aspartame, again, there's probably other brands out there, but we can use up to 75 packets of this in a day, and it's still considered to be safe. Now, some people may have an allergy or an adverse reaction to aspartame, such as like a headache, that type of thing. And I tell people then, to avoid those if they happen to have an issue with that. But it's not going to cause them to gain weight. It's not going to cause them to, oh my gosh, I'm going to eat sweets because I'm using these sugar substitutes. These are considered to be safe by FDA, by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and those are the 2 very professional, beings that's going to tell us yay or nay on type of things. So, and here's some other little tips that I was like, oh, this is very interesting. Foods that may naturally contain the same substances as sugar substitutes, and sometimes in higher amounts. For example, a serving of non-fat milk provides almost 6 to 9 times more of the amino acid phenylalanine and 13 times more of aspartic acid than the same amount of a beverage that's sweetened with aspartame. So, and it's what comes naturally in that. So sugar substitutes have been used for a long time. We use those to kind of help us with watching our calorie intake. They're used to, say, if somebody has diabetes, we're going to use those so we're not intaking all of that sugar or that sucrose that can make our blood sugar go up. So they are safe for a person to use. Now, the last one I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about is stevia. Here's one that Splenda makes with stevia. And stevia, it's like 300 times sweeter than sugar is, but does not have any carbohydrates, no calories, no artificial ingredients in it. Some people like stevia, some people don't like stevia. Stevia was probably one of the last sugar substitutes that finally got approved by the FDA in the United States. It was used for years, in Germany and South America, Asia, things such as that. But stevia actually comes from a plant. It's made from a leaf that's related to popular garden flowers, like asters and chrysanthemums. So it comes from a plant. So now the thing about it though is you've got to make sure that a stevia is made, it doesn't have things added to that, because that's when we can kind of get into some issues with that. FDA only approved the purified form of stevia called stevia oside as safe for us to use. You may see on the product, like it may say stevia extract, and that's what this one says, or stevia rhabdiniana. Don't you like that word? But if you see like whole stevia leaves or crude stevia extracts, like at a health food store or a grocery store, don't buy them, because the FDA really hasn't approved for those, because they could possibly hurt things like kidney and cardiovascular problems. So you still need to be a little bit careful if you decide, well, I'm just going to make my own. So, but stevia is used in some of diet drinks now. It also may be in some different say sugar-free candies and stuff like that. A lot of different products are putting stevia in that now. So it kind of can taste a little different. I personally don't like the taste of stevia. To me, it's a little bit bitter tasting, but everybody's different, and some people like it and some people don't. So like I said, I just wanted to kind of give you all just a little refresher memory about what with our sugar substitutes. Are they safe? Are they not safe? And yes, they are safe for a person to use. So, and they've been studied many times by different groups. So, by the powers that we need to pay attention to, like the FDA and the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, they consider them to be safe. So I hope you kind of enjoyed this little topic. I kind of, like I said, refreshed my memory on some things. We'll try to attach these two little articles that I was getting information from to this talk, so you can read it on your own if you'd like to. As I normally end this little talk, if anybody has any topics that you would like for us to discuss, please just drop us a little note, and we'll be glad to do that. So I hope everyone has a great day. It's pretty outside. Get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Thanks for listening.